Hi, and welcome to this mini workshop where we're going to talk to you about using Google Sheets. First, we're going to talk about basic navigation. You can see we've already filled this in with some information, but we can navigate this sheet by using the arrow buttons on our keyboard, by using Tab on the keyboard, and sometimes by using Enter. Enter will generally take us to the last column where we were active in the sheet. Next, we're going to talk about naming the workbook. This is really important if you need to send this file to somebody. So we're going to call this up here in the top left-hand side, example workbook. And to save this, we're going to hit enter. And then we should also name our sheet. Sometimes we're in more than one sheet in a workbook. So we can right-click on the sheet tab, choose rename, and we can call this example sheet 1. Again, hitting enter will allow that information to save. Next, we're going to talk about formatting. We can format our spreadsheet by making sure that first we have headers for each of our columns to label what's going on in that column. And then we're going to make that column bold by highlighting the 1, which is going to highlight everything in that first row, and then making that bold text. We can then apply filters. Now that we have a header row, we can do that by going up into our toolbar and selecting Create a Filter. This is going to put a drop-down menu upon each row where we can decide what we want to see or not. And so we've just removed Gil from our sheet. We can also format our text column. So over here, unit cost, you can see that that should be money. So we can highlight that. Go up to format in our toolbar, select number, and then we can call this currency. And so because we've selected US currency, a dollar sign has applied itself in each of these cells. We can also wrap our text. If we have a long string of text and we want it all to show up in one cell, we want to be able to read the whole thing. We can highlight a cell or a column, whatever we want to do, and then we can go up into format and choose for it to be text wrapping. Lastly, we're going to talk about some tips and tricks because you might just not know how some of these fun things work. We are going to choose to view and freeze that top row. So we are going to go up into view in our toolbar, freeze first row. This will allow us to move throughout the sheet and always have that top row showing us what's in each of these columns. We can also apply basic formulas using our toolbar. We don't have to know how to write these codes or these formulas. Google will do most of the work for us. So we're going to try to apply a way for all of the items in column F to total for us. We can click in the empty cell at the bottom of column F, go up into our toolbar and select sum. We have to enter a range, and a range is the starting and end point of where we want this formula to work. And so being that we look up into F1, it says unit cost, so we actually want this to start in F2. The colon symbol shows us that how far we want to go, and we want to go down to F27. And you can see that the entire column is now highlighted, and you can hit enter. And Google, the sheet, has automatically summed that entire column up for us. We can also do other things that automatically happen within this sheet. Say we want to mirror everything that's happening in column E. We can say equal to this cell and hit enter, and that's going to happen. But if we wanted the entire column to mirror column E, now this little blue box here in the corner, we're going to double tap that. And that formula is going to fill for the entire column. This is our mini workshop on Google Sheets. We hope you enjoyed it and that you learned a few things. Good luck this semester.